every new inquiry turns into a custom quote from scratch, you're wasting your time. Somebody sends a few photos, a rough message, maybe one useful detail if you're lucky, and now you're trying to figure out the price. Explain yourself clearly and not trap yourself with a bad number. That gets old pretty fast. So in this video, we're building a simple range calculator in Google Sheets. This is not a final quote, it's not a promise, it's clear, honest estimate range based on the job type, rough hours, difficulty, and urgency. Once it's built, you set the rules once and let the sheet do the heavy lifting. Then you can reply faster, make fewer mistakes, and send back a clearer message without writing it from scratch every time. By the end, you'll have a tool that gives you a usable estimate range and a customer-ready message to go with it. Let's start the timer and see how long this takes. This is a range, not a final quote. It's based on photos and a quick description. It's fast, clear, and honest, and saves you from custom quoting every DM. We're going to go into the Google Sheets, create a new doc, range calculator, rename tab 1. These are the only boxes you'll need to edit later. Your rates, your buffer, and urgency. Copy and paste this block into A1. Again, this is based on mine, your business, you do it however you want. Now I've got an hourly light rate, a normal rate, and a heavy rate. I discussed this in the last video, but basically what it is the light rate allows me to charge less for jobs that are just going to be a quick, simple fix. I still have a minimum of 3 hours, so I'm still going to make 3 times that number, regardless if it's an hour or 2 hours and doesn't fill the 3, which is often the case. The normal rate that's just your normal average home office that needs to clean up. You need to invest time in it, but it's not hard labor. The heavy rate is heavy things moved, lots of stairs, really bad clutter, some really deep cleaning stuff. We don't do the cleaning. We don't offer the cleaning, but we offer the services to get it out. We'll do a cleaning, but not like a deep clean. The buffer. This is your top end. So this is I add basically whatever the quote is. Let's say I assume it's going to be 5 hours. At $100 an hour, it's $500. Well, I need a 15% buffer on there, so it's 500 to whatever 500 plus 15% is. So you get the idea. It's a 15% buffer. That way you don't have to figure out this to that every single time. It's just set. You're good. Urgency is at 0. That's fine. It's non-multiplier. Urgency soon. That's like within 72 hours. That's plus 10%. And an urgency rush. That's a 20%. And then if we're going to do it on urgency on a weekend, like if somebody were to ask me on a Thursday to do the Saturday, Sunday, that's a pretty rush job. I'm fine working, we're fine working on weekends, but it's not the goal. Okay, so now I've got these values in here. So later, if you want to change the pricing, you edit the numbers in column B. You do not touch the formulas. Just take an extra sec there because I like things visually lined up. Okay, so now we add the table that does the math. Click A14. Go down there. Okay, this keeps your settings and headers visible while you scroll. Okay, so I'm going to click on this. I'm just going to freeze this. There we go. Now we can scroll through. These are easily changeable. Okay, so now I'm going to put some data validation down here under the difficulty tab. Okay, we're going to go to the urgency. We're going to do data validation again. So this is your urgency. So there's either none, need it soon, so rush. There we go. So now we have that drop down list there. Just give it all those. Okay, so drop downs keep your sheet from breaking because of typos. So if I were to constantly be typing in here, putting in light, and I miss the G or something like that, or I spelled it LITE for some reason, it would not pick up that validation. So the drop down just keeps it working as it's supposed to. Okay, now the one-time setup formulas. You paste these once in a row and then drag them down. After this, you're done forever. Okay, so this is B15 light, B whatever, normal, B yada yada yada. So it's going to take this and it's going to calculate that in there. Urgency, same idea. Oh, I do need to drag these down. That's your calculation there. This is based off of this. This one is the B number plus $5. And this one's a little more complicated, and you can reword this however you like. All of these will be supplied in the description. You'll be able to find a link to all of these in the description. Okay, so this basically formats your message for you based on whatever you've put into these numbers. Okay, so we're on pace. Now we'll show a real example. I'm using shelf help storage as the demo business, but the system works for any service. For example, I'm using shelf help storage and the job is a garage reset. I use the after as the goal state and describe what the before looked like: mixed piles, no zones, hard to park, hard to find anything. Okay, so let's just do a time check. Just over 20 minutes into this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a quick job on here. Here's the job name. All right. So okay, so I figured this was going to take between 5 to 8 hours, and the urgency was none. So this would be a normal. There we go. Urgency percent 0. Okay, so we're on pace. Let's take a look at the clock. Yeah, we're about 22 minutes in. Probably wasted a couple minutes figuring out. Make sure when you're doing this, the formula up here, you look, see these were set to a different row. So I fixed that, or yeah, different row and column. So all good, I fixed that, and now it should be working. So let's do an example. For this one, I'm going to use shelf help storage, and the job is a garage reset. This is probably the most standard job we get. Okay, hourly rate, this is going to be, the difficulty is normal, and the hourly rate, so therefore is 55 up above. Low hours, I figure about 5 at the low end, 8 on the high end. The urgency is set to none, so the percentage is there. But if it was, let's say it was this weekend, boom, there, we're set up. Okay, soon, different numbers. This is your range, 303 to 484. So now we should be able to go over here, take this, copy it into an email. Boom. There's our estimated range. Now you don't have to rewrite this email every time. This is just a quick copy and paste. So calculator works. Let's try one more just to make sure. Okay, so let's do a test here. I'm gonna just do another one. Make it heavy. Oh, I already put that in. Okay, that's 75 an hour. Let's say it's gonna take 8 to 12 hours, and with no urgency, that's $600 to $900. With soon, that's $660 to $990. Rush, that's $720 to $1080, and weekend, we're up to $750 and $1225. This is over and over again. Now, see again, I can copy this. It's going to have the different info. There we go. Da, da, da. This looks like a heavy complexity job, estimated range, blah, blah, blah. This is your system. This is super easy. You can do this on your phone. All you have to do is put in the numbers, copy and paste this last thing. That's it. That's all you got to do. So we're at just under 25 minutes. Stop the timer there. But here's the best part. If you ever change your pricing, you edit these boxes only and column B. And then that's it. So that's the quick build. Probably could have done this in less time if I had gone through it first, but I like to do these videos going through it with you. So I'm figuring it out as you're figuring it out. And I've prepped it as far as a document goes, how to do it, but that's it. So now, if you want the exact same structure, comment estimate, and I'll share the layout. And if you want, I'll show you how to add a second auto message for the next step booking too. So in under 25 minutes, we've built an estimate calculator that you can just copy and paste a message at the end. You need very little information. You just need to have an estimate of how long it's going to take, how heavy a job it is. You add those in, it'll do everything else for you. You just copy and paste it into your email and hit send. And that's your system. You now have a working calculator that takes a rough job, builds a clear estimate range, and gives you a message you can send without rewriting the same thing every time. The key thing is to stay honest. It's not pretending to be a final quote. It's an estimate based on what you know right now. That keeps expectations clean, and it protects you from getting boxed in by a number you threw out too casually. And the nice part is, if your pricing changes later, you just update the rate boxes and keep moving.